Bolton man accused of murdering an Aurora woman will soon be transferred from the Boone County Jail to the Dearborn County lockup. And it's still possible Charles Stephenson could face the death penalty in that case. 9 News reporter N.Ky is live with new information on when that decision will be made. Tom?
Well, Clyde, Dearborn County Prosecutor N.Ky told me that this afternoon that matter is still under review at the present time. The first step is moving him from this facility here in Burlington over to Lawrenceburg, which could happen at any time. And the main reason is because Stephenson signed these extradition papers approving the move from Kentucky over to Indiana. Charles Stephenson was in Boone Circuit Court Wednesday for a pretrial hearing on the Kentucky charges of evidence tampering and drug trafficking. However, those were put on hold due to the Indiana murder and robbery accusations.
I wasn't aware that he had waived his extradition until today. That's a choice he made with him and his attorney.
Dearborn County Prosecutor N.Ky revealed last week the investigation shows the motive for murder was money and the murder weapons were a pepper grinder and an iron skillet. But was that too much information released?
You always tip your hand when you work for the state. I mean, and when you work for the state, you provide everything you have to the defendant so that they are not surprised.
The biggest remaining question is whether Stephenson at trial will face the death penalty or life in prison without the possibility of parole.
There's a number of factors that go into the decision. That's one of the most serious decisions that a prosecutor can make, and we're not going to make that prematurely.
The bottom line is that the state will do its best to try and prove that Stephenson murdered Lee Jennings and took money from her to repay a debt to a relative.
The evidence strongly suggests it was a particularly violent crime, and any time that happens in your community, it's disturbing, and you want to see that justice is done.
Now, I talked this afternoon with Aurora Police Chief Brian Fields, who told me he's glad that Stephenson is going to be going over to Indiana to start the process against him, and he too says that he hopes justice is done in this case. N.Ky, 9 News, live in Burlington.
All right, Tom.